Hey kids, this is Aaron from the podcast That Wouldn't Die, and Kevin and I use Zencastr. You think you're better than us, that you're using something else? You're wrong. Zencastr's the place to be. Who are you to deny it?
It's now super easy to record a podcast with Zencastr. Log in using your browser and start recording a high-quality podcast right away. Record studio-quality sound and up to 4K video with your guests. Go to zencastr.com/pricing and use our code DIEHARD and you'll get 30% off your first month of any Zencastr paid plan. We want you to have the same experiences we do for all our podcasting and content needs. It's time for you to share your story.
Only a fool will give up a chance for a 30% discount.
Instinctively, man has always been drawn to the sea. Its beauty, its mystery, its secrets. But there is also a vague uncertainty, a sense of intrusion into an alien world, where man is unwelcome and completely at the mercy of the most terrifying predator on Earth.
Welcome to the latest episode of the podcast That Wouldn't Die. I'm your host, Kevin. With me, as always, is Aaron.
What's up?
This week, we're discussing the horror classic, Jaws the Revenge, starring some people, and Michael Caine, shockingly enough. Good grief,
Oh, yeah.
What was he thinking? Each week on the podcast That Wouldn't Die, we discuss guilty pleasures and forgotten classics of the horror and sci-fi genres with a comedic twist. Aaron, what's the latest?
I am trying not to be a hoarder. I'm purging. I'm sure you can see by the background, I've gotten rid of so much stuff.
No, I can't tell that. Where's Cherry? Is Cherry still back there?
Cherry is still back there. You just
I don't
can't
see
see
Cherry.
it.
Oh, well, very upsetting.
No, it's in the window. You yelled at me to make sure my microphone and camera are centered. And by the way, you need to look at me and stop looking at the picture of yourself because you're always talking like this.
You say that. Half the time I'm looking at myself. Half the time I'm looking at you. Sometimes I'm just looking at the squiggly lines at the bottom of the screen. I could be reading a novel over here. Aaron, you like to get out your phone and just surf the internet in the middle of the show.
That's science.
Okay. I'm not blasting you, though, is all I'm trying to say. Go ahead.
That's because I'm unblastable. Yeah, I don't know. Nothing's really interesting going on. I am watching it in an elaborate amount of TV. I lay in bed till 10 o'clock. I had a dream last night. I woke up, I was like, I don't want to get up, I'm so tired. I fell back to sleep, and I had a dream where doctors came to me and they're like, ma'am, your blood pressure is so low, you're going into a coma. You need to eat licorice. I was like, yeah, that makes sense. I need licorice. I'm like, doctor, but what about coffee? And they said coffee too. And then I woke up.
Was it black licorice?
Of course.
No.
Because
then I'm going to die.
First of all, there is only licorice, and it is black. If it is red, it is not licorice.
Says who? I've never heard this before, that red licorice is not
science.
Licorice.
It is not
Is this
licorice.
your opinion? Explain.
No. Licorice is a specific extract from a plant.
Okay. Then what is red licorice?
The red vines, it's not licorice.
Red vines, okay, here's the thing. I talk to people about this. Red vines are licorice. Twizzlers are not. Twizzlers are different. That's like a fruit snack in the shape of a licorice.
This doesn't even make sense. This doesn't.
Thing.
I'm going to the internet. Hey,
no,
Siri,
don't do that.
What's the definition of licorice? I'm being my father. Aromatic black substance made by evaporation from the juice of a root used in candy and medicine.
Sounds delicious.
It's
Go
from
ahead and
licorice
ask.
roots. Just because you call it, you can call a horse a donkey. That doesn't make it a donkey.
Ask your computer, is red licorice actually licorice?
Oh my God. Hey
Since you're looking
Siri,
stuff up, might as well.
is red licorice licorice?
Red licorice is not made with licorice root.
Boom!
What did it say? I can't hear it.
It says it's not made with licorice. And then it just came with Megan Trainor videos. What the hell?
Did she have a hit song called
Yeah.
It's Red
Black
Licorice?
licorice, ate licorice. Yeah, that was Megan Trainor's biggest hit.
You know, don't you? Sweet Jesus. Like, I don't give a damn. I'm not eating. Honestly,
It's science.
at gunpoint, I would eat red licorice. At gunpoint, I would say I'll take the bullet before I touch one frickin' morsel of black licorice. I hate it.
I have literally stacks of it from Norway, but I like red licorice. I know you call it licorice, but I like red vines because when I was a kid, you bite off the two ends and you dip it in your Sprite.
It's a straw, right?
And it's a straw, and it like slightly softens it, so it's a treat later on. It's two treats in one.
It's absolutely two treats in one. This is frickin' madness. I say, God damn it. No,
It does remind me of going to the movies back in the old days, since we are talking about Jaws anyway.
Eventually.
So,
I just hate candy
red vines
that
at the
sucks.
movies.
I don't like candy that's not candy. That's all I'm saying. Do you like oh god damn it. The what's that brown candy that looks like chocolate? Tootsie Rolls.
Oh, I hate them.
They're the
I
worst.
hate them.
They're the worst.
I don't know what they are. They're not chocolate, whatever they are.
It's a wolves in sheep clothing, right? You pick it up, this must be chocolate, and then you're like, no, it's poison. I had
It's
no
like
idea.
root beer chocolate. Do you get that vibe like it's root beer chocolate?
I don't know what it is, but it's poison. Anyway,
Pass.
it's not a here nor there. Hard pass.
The texture's wrong. The look is wrong. Everything is wrong. Hard pass. I don't care if it's Tootsie Pop, Tootsie Roll. It can Tootsie itself right out of here.
I'm out. When I'd have a Tootsie Pop, I would deliberately not try to get to the center. Okay?
That's how you knew when you found the turd in the center, it's time to pitch it.
100%. Let's go right in the dumpster. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. Give us your 30-second synopsis of Jaws: The Revenge.
Oh, Jesus. It's a story of a widowed woman and her tragic inability to cope. But then once she started having sex, she no longer cared.
She was fucking fine after Michael Caine started getting busy.
Dude, who's a degenerate, like, drinker, gambler? She's like, I'm down to clown.
100%. I have to talk about this. Jaws 3D, the movie that came out before this, is
which
one of my
I saw in the theater. The theater.
It's one of my guilty pleasures. It's not fine cinema, but it's a hoot. They're at SeaWorld, shit's going wrong, Dennis Quaid doing coke. Who knows what's happening?
I assume that's a safe bet.
Absolutely. This movie.
Wait a second. Back to the 3.
Back it up.
My problem is you have to wear those glasses, and I have a tendency. I apparently have had a stroke at some point in my life because I can no longer keep my head straight. Like they always complain in Europe, in American, because they can't just stand, they have to lean, like they can't support their own weight. My neck can't support my head, so I tend to tilt, and that throws the glasses off.
That's an issue. That's a big issue. What I was going to say is Jaws 3D ends with Dennis Quaid and his girlfriend slash fiance. They've been having some relationship issues because she's a highfalutin marine biologist who wants to go to Venezuela to study some shit. And Dennis Quaid is an engineer who works for SeaWorld. And at the end, he finally said, sorry, the other way around. He wants to go to Venezuela.
Yeah.
And she says, you know what? Next year I'll go to Venezuela with you, and then next year we can go to wherever the hell I need to go to study whatever. And they go, and they hug and embrace. So I'm like, ooh, cool. We have to see what happens with their relationship. No. They basically say the third movie never happened. Okay? They ignore it. So much so that they don't call this movie Jaws 4. They call it Jaws: The Revenge. And
Who are they getting revenge on? The audience?
The audience is their first victim. Because, and literally, I guess in some of the press stuff, it would say the third movie in the Jaws saga for Jaws the Revenge. They would literally like, we're going to totally pretend. So the character's back. Michael, who was Dennis Quaid in the previous movie, he's back.
Right.
But now he's a marine biologist. Okay. Didn't go to Venezuela or whatever. They went to the Bahamas.
And by now, Quaid's hitting his strides, so he's like, I ain't coming back for this shit.
I'm too busy shooting Inner Space to do this. And then his wife, who was the marine biologist, who's Bess Armstrong in the last movie, is now a different actress who I guess is a stay-at-home mom / metalworking sculptress. Is that what it is?
Apparently. She's an artiste.
She's an artiste. She spends her time.
You know that
doing
because she has on overalls.
It's funny. Watching this movie, I'm not familiar with this actress. I guess she was on some episodes of The Sopranos as like an FBI agent. But for half the movie, especially the beginning, I thought she was doing like a little girl voice. Go back and watch it. It's weird because she doesn't have that many lines.
Not going to go back and watch it.
Okay, don't do that. She doesn't have that many lines, but when she comes in with her crazy little baby voice, I'm like, what am I hearing? Is she? Because you think she's just talking to her little daughter. Now they have a daughter, by the way, Thea, who they were busy in Venezuela. I don't know what the story is, but when you think she's just talking to her daughter in the little baby voice, but now she's talking to everybody in her little baby voice. Luckily, it kind of fades by the end of the movie, although...
It was just a choice. It was an acting choice.
It was an acting choice. No question. It's also bizarre because the main character of this movie is not Michael Caine. Okay? He's like the fifth build character in this. It is the wife, Lorraine Gary, who is married to the Roy Scheider character from the first two movies, from Jaws and Jaws 2. And she
was fine in those. Something happened here. I don't know what's going on if she had her own stylist, but they chopped her great hair, and now she's got rocking some 80s new wave shit.
Yes.
And then
crimp.
Her costumes make no sense.
Yes.
They make no sense. She's
Shoulder
wearing
pads.
sweaters when everyone else is wearing t-shirts. She's got the biggest shoulder pads. It's like she thought she was going to New York City, but ended up in the Bahamas.
Yes. 100%.
Her outfits, except maybe one, she was wearing some linen pants and a stylish t-shirt with massive shoulder pads.
Yes.
The rest of the time, it looks like she's should have been in New York City.
This shit is crazy. Her story is interesting because she was married and presumably
to the director, right?
No, to the head of the studio, Sid Sheinberg.
Yeah,
was her husband, which is why. And Sid was kind of a mentor type to young Steven Spielberg back in the day. So he cast his wife, who was an actress. It wasn't like she was just like this, just his wife.
And it wasn't like she wasn't good.
No, she was fine.
She fit the role. She fit the role.
She was fine. And she was, like I said, she was in Jaws. She was in Jaws 2. Her last role prior to this was in 1941, another Spielberg movie. And she had effectively retired since then. And called back. 1941
was one of my guilty pleasures, although I haven't seen it in years. I'm sure it doesn't stand up anymore.
It's pretty guilty. It's a guilty because it's weird. Thing about 1941 is it's kind of a madcap, wacky thing in a way that's not really Spielberg-y. You know what I mean? It's like it's a weird departure for what he was going for. What he usually goes for.
It's still World War II, so it's not that much of a departure.
True, but the tone, it was kind of more like a John Landis movie, is what it kind of seemed to me.
I can see it.
But not as funny. Even though it had like a crazy, like John Belushi, Dan Aykroyd, John Candy, Tim Matheson, Treat Williams.
I love Treat Williams. That's where I was like,
he's a treat.
Fella? He's a treat, is right.
Okay, why don't we jump right? Oh, let me go back. I almost skipped a thing. Aaron, do you remember when
Hmm.
the first time you saw Jaws: The Revenge?
Yeah, it was about 2 days ago.
Oh, for reals? This is the first time?
Yes.
Oh, sweet Jesus.
After Jaws 3D, that was kind of it for me.
I remember seeing it, again, typical fashion, at a friend's house. Friend has HBO. So I didn't see it all the way through, right? It's like you kind of walk in the middle of it. So
Yeah.
there's certain scenes I remember. I remember the brother getting eaten in a ridiculous fashion. Because you got to remember, only 2 people die in this movie.
That's why it's so boring.
It's goddamn boring. 2 people die. I remember that scene. And I remember Michael Caine almost getting eaten when he crashes his plane in the ocean, right?
There's all these people who should have died.
Yes.
Van Peebles was carried off with blood pouring out, and he pops up. I's good. I'm good.
We're going to talk
And
about
let's
that.
talk about that racist Jamaican accent. That just,
Horrible.
like, black people can't be working in the Bahamas unless they put on this crazy fucking accent. I mean, he's not from there.
No.
Can't they be scientists too?
No. If you're going to be, they had to do a crazy Bahamian. Yes, it's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. We're going to talk about that as well. But I remember Michael Caine crashing the plane, and everybody's like swimming onto the boat, and the shark comes up, and the shark looks like goddamn shit. It looks like hell in this movie. Thankfully, they don't show it that often. And his response is, "Oh shit," and jumps back in the plane. When I was a kid, I found that hilarious. Oh shit, in his accent. Anyway.
Michael
That's
Caine's
good.
character has not 2 coins to rub together, so he ditches his plane in the water to save his side piece with no plan of how they're gonna do this.
Right.
How about calling the Coast Guard? Nobody calls anybody. We'll just
It-
figure this out.
He doesn't have, I mean, it's not like we're going down. Oh my God, the engine's out. He chooses to crash the plane into the ocean.
Purposely, crashes the plane, and yet has a plane at the end.
Yes. Well, and this is, I mean, we can
Magic
go on and on
plane.
about this.
All right, continue.
Oh, for f***'s sake. So, we all know that in every one of these movies, Roy Scheider and his progeny are having issues with great white sharks, okay? In more ridiculous ways. Now, in this story, Roy Scheider just died of a heart attack, or basically he just didn't want to come back. He was done. Roy
Dude, he was
Scheider.
moving on. He was doing all that jazz. He was another person moving on.
He was happy to be in the first one. The studio forced him to be in the second one contractually.
Yeah.
And what's funny is by 87, Roy's star had fallen quite a bit.
Yeah.
And he still was like hard pass.
No.
They tried to get Richard Dreyfuss to come back for this one. And
He didn't even come back for 2. He was like,
hell no.
he's like, I'm goodbye girling my way across America. I'm out of here. I'm Close Encounters of the Third Kind. I am the world's shortest, fuzziest sex symbol.
Yes.
I'm out of here. No more sharks.
He's funny because literally, and this was not unique to him, he had about 5 years where he was in a coke haze. So it was basically late 70s. This is true. Late 70s, he was in Goodbye Girl and doing all this stuff.
Yeah.
Then 5 years of basically not acting, essentially. And then he kind of had to come back with like Down and Out in Beverly Hills. And people were kind of like, oh yeah, we kind of like him.
I remember that guy. Yeah.
And I always tell people, the shortest man, this is not a lie, the shortest man to ever win an Oscar, including children.
including
He was
children.
shorter than Al Pacino, shorter than Dustin Hoffman, shorter than all those dudes. Richard Dreyfuss.
What about the short guy who
Shorter
did
than
all
Mickey
the
Rooney, shorter
Mickey
than Billy
Rooney,
Barty.
shorter than Mickey Rooney, huh?
Did Mickey Rooney win an Academy Award? Let's go
I
back.
feel like he won at least a juvenile one back in the old days. When
What's
they used to
the
have,
Juvenile Academy Award?
No, they used to have like for kids and stuff back
I
in the
know
old
what
days.
juvenile means, but
I would hope so.
you're like, for
I wasn't
kids.
sure. But they
Anyway.
had shit like that.
So,
Oh my
Roy
fucking
Scheider's dead. He died of a heart attack. Michael, the older son, is in the Bahamas studying
Do you like
conches
that they have a picture the size of a movie poster of him? Like
of
bigger
Roy
than
Scheider.
in government offices, they'll have like a picture of the president. This would have been 3 times the size of that.
Well, and what? You had no other sheriffs before him?
No.
It was a lawless place where anything
Yeah.
went until he came to town with his 6 guns. Sweet
And I
Jesus.
like that Amityville is the same as, or Amity is the same as Amityville.
Correct.
Since they're both like Long Island. So you got that house problem going on too.
They're not both in. Amity Island is like in New England. It's kind of a.
So is Amityville horror.
No, that's in Long Island, which is in New
Yes,
York.
but that's New England.
New York
New
is not New England.
Yes, it is.
No, oh,
It's
God,
part
we
of the
have to Google
original
this?
colonies. What the are you talking about?
Virginia is one of the original colonies. Is that part of New England?
I think we need to go. Oh my God, we need to go and do research.
Oh, sweet Jesus. This is the part that people love about our show, where we're derailed and then we spend 10, 20 minutes Googling something.
Because
Guys,
you're wrong. I mean, yes, 1939, Mickey Rooney, Academy Juvenile Award. You bastard.
I thought you were looking up New England, so now I'm digging out some old shit.
I'm so far behind.
Anyway, I don't even remember what I was going to say. So, okay. The younger brother is now a deputy, and it's Christmas Eve in Amity Island. And they're like, hey, there's an old log blocking the shipping lanes of Amity Island. I'm not clear how this works. But they're like, the Coast Guard's busy doing Coast Guard shit. So you need to get in a boat and move the goddamn log. While he's out there, okay, fucking the great white jumps out and he sticks his arm into the shark's mouth.
Like he wants to pet it or something.
Who has
It was the most idiotic thing. I lost all sympathy. I was like, okay, you get what you get and you don't throw a fit. And by the way, you're correct. It is not part of the
I think that's a 1 and a 1. We each take
It pains me.
We each take an award from that one. You get the Mickey Rooney. I get New York is not part of New England.
And having his arm ripped off doesn't send him in enough shock because he's still up effing around. And then what? He like sticks his head in the lion's mouth 2 minutes later.
He is in the boat.
Stupid.
Calling to the carolers on the shore, help me, help me. You are still in a boat. You can drive the boat back to the dock, you jackass.
That's how I knew. I knew this whole thing was going to be shit right after this. I was like, this is it. This movie is going to be pure craposaurus. So basically the shark was fishing for him, and that was the bait.
Yes. That's
the log.
You got to remember, the log line for this movie was, this time it's personal. Okay? How is it personal? I don't know. No explanation. They're not like, this was the long lost bastard son of one of the other great whites you blew up in the other movies. Right? Are all great whites on the rampage? Go ahead.
It's not like Orca, where they captured it and it miscarried disgustingly on the deck, so now it wants revenge. This is just a random killer whale, because the other ones have all been blown up.
Right. There's no... One did not
Is this
escape.
the uncle?
Did
they communicate? Was this at the will? It was like vendetta, my son.
It was
vendetta.
Why you do this, Demi?
To me, Demi.
So that's what it is. And somewhere along the lines, Lorraine Gary, the wife of Roy Scheider, is now like kind of psychic, where she just senses.
Oh Jesus!
There's danger.
I love that. It takes four episodes, and now she's psychic because she can hear the music, dun 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 dun. And now they've discovered that that's the shark's heartbeat.
Well, that's later. that's later. But yes, to answer your question, she's developed psychic abilities. There is an amazing scene It's a blink if you'll miss it kind of moment. When the younger son has been eaten by the shark, so there's the big funeral, and Michael with his beard and his wife and their crazy child flying.
How'd they identify him? Isn't there just like a foot? What's left?
That's a question. I don't know the answer to that. They identified him. They found some shark feces and said, oops, I guess that must be Sean or whatever his name was. When Michael arrives with his kids, he walks into the house, and there are actors from the first two movies, right? It's like one of the council lady. And if you're looking, one of the women is Alex Kittner's mom, the woman who smacked Roy Schneider.
Yes! Oh my God. Every summer there's only 1,000 memes with her.
In the first movie, her son was eaten by a shark because Roy Scheider closed the beach. So she's there to comfort the family. She should have been there being like, serves you right. Right?
Serves you right. You get what you get.
Evidently she's a family friend now. She's hanging out. She picks up the little granddaughter. It was like, why is she here? Anywho.
Maybe she's psychic and summoned the shark. This is her like slow,
100%.
cold revenge.
That would have been amazing.
She's a witch now.
She's learned some voodoo
shit.
She sacrificed some shit, and now the shark follows her commands. It writes itself. Alas, no. That's not what's happening in this movie. So they convince the mom to fly to the Bahamas because that's where they're going to be. But it's that same kind of thing where it's like she's screaming at him, you need to quit your job as a marine biologist. You can't do it. It's great because he's like, Mom, you don't need to worry. Here are 10 reasons why great whites can't come to the Bahamas.
Which is a lie because I Googled it.
Is it true? Lay it on me.
No, there are sightings of great whites in the Bahamas.
Oh, shit. Okay. Fair enough.
It's not that crazy.
We
have them on the coast here.
We do have the coast of Bakersfield?
Yeah, the coast of Bakersfield. In the Salton Sea. There's a mass of them.
It's climate change. It's climate change. Is that possible?
They're going where they're going.
So they fly to the Bahamas, and wouldn't you know it, somebody dropped a dime and called the shark and said, hey, they're flying to the Bahamas. Because how else would the shark know that they flew to the Bahamas?
Because they have the link. All sharks have the link with Mom since she's got that crazy hairdo. It's kind of like Catherine O'Hara and Beetlejuice hair. Something through the waves. So she's the thing they're targeting after. So now they know. Let's go. Gotta go.
This is important because for some reason the entire Brody family flew to the Bahamas on Michael Caine's private jet. Right, where they can't fly commercial? Are they billionaires and we didn't realize it all along?
It's a fact. Little known that sheriff in a small town, when he passes away, leaves his family a multimillionaire.
Yes, because believe it or not, there are regular airports in the Bahamas. You don't have to take a charter.
Oh, that is interesting. Because literally, there doesn't seem to be anyone in the Bahamas. They appear to live on a deserted island where everyone they work with lives next door to them and no one else.
And it's kind of like a shanty town. It's like there's an old burnt out car in front of their house. I'm like, okay. I mean, maybe they're living like the locals. How you might think
the Bahamas was in like the 70s.
Correct. 100%. So they fly to the Bahamas. The shark also travels at that same speed, swimming all the way from New England to the Bahamas in a matter of moments.
I have this vision that if we looked under the plane where the tires were, there's like a shark has strapped himself underneath and he like winks at the camera. That's how it'll happen in Jaws the Revenge, the musical.
It's like Max Cady in Cape Fear where he's hanging on the underneath of the truck.
That's exactly. On the fins it says love, hate.
Maybe so. Sweet Jesus. So what else is happening in this goddamn story? So you're right. Half the time, the mom is terrified anytime anybody goes near the water. The other time, she's building sandcastles and doesn't give a damn. So unclear what her motivations are.
Did you think it was weird that when they were flying down that Michael Caine just grabs their tiny daughter and makes him sit on her lap? Or is that just now? Was that just cool back in the day and now it just seems weird?
Anything goes. Anything goes. I'll tell you what, the most harrowing parts of the movie is when Michael Caine was flying that plane. Because there was a lot of like dive bombing and strafing. Like, you're getting a little close to the water there, Michael. At one point, I literally went, oh shit. Because he dove down like
he's like, wee! He's probably just a little bit drunk anyway. He seems to drink glassfuls of whiskey, so he's like, wee! It's like a roller coaster, but attached to nothing. Yay!
He literally loses thousands of dollars at the craps table. Just like, I'm going all in. Oh shit! I guess I lost everything.
Womp womp womp.
It's a sad
situation. My girlfriend. I'd be like, no, get away from me.
Well, and there's a long kind of drawn out scene where he's like romancing her. They go to the Junkanoo festival and they're dancing around, and he's like, "You okay?"
This is Michael Caine still looking good.
This is good, Michael
I
Caine.
mean, you can't deny that. He is literally one of the least irritating people in this movie.
Oh, I agree. I love Michael Caine. You can't go wrong with Michael Caine. I'll watch him.
And he's young, fresh Michael Caine. He's charming Michael Caine. Everybody else, not charming, not interesting, irritating.
He talked about that this was the first woman he kissed in a movie that was of appropriate age. Because most of the time it's a blame it on Rio situation where the girl's 23 and he's 60.
God. I saw that like flying somewhere 100 years ago.
Was
it repulsed by it? Was it interesting?
How could you watch Blame It on Rio on a plane? It's all boobs. Anything goes?
It was the old days. Now, I forgot what I was flying. I was watching Babylon, where half the beginning was just phased out, just whole sections are just blurred out. I was like, oh. This makes this even worse.
It's funny because nowadays, as you know, it's like people can just tap into their internet, get their laptop out. People are watching porn right next to you.
Yeah,
like, whoa!
Not people. Who's watching porn on the airlines?
Who?
Men are watching.
I thought you were going to name some names. Uncle Joe, remember?
Uncle Joe
the last
Idaho.
family cookout.
No, I mean, absolutely don't think that's appropriate. I mean,
oh, you don't think that's appropriate? Let me write this down.
Man, you really need to start watching each other and give helpful advice to each
I'll
other.
watch
Can
their
you mentor
screens?
each other? I literally read this thing that in Asia you can't turn off the sound of the camera clicking because so many men do the upskirt shots that they have instituted.
Really?
You can't turn the sound off.
People
of
are
your
gross,
camera.
is what you're saying.
That's
Dudes
right.
are gross. Interesting.
Dudes are gross, and they need to police each other.
So later in the movie, there's a big presentation because, which is a horrible thing. They import a white lady from the mainland to do some art about what the Bahamas are like. There are no local artists who could do this. Anyway, no can do. She's doing her presentation, and her husband is out in the ocean because they've discovered, believe it or not, there is a great white shark swimming around. So in the middle of the presentation, the daughter, who's like 4 or something, she's like, oh, I want to go on the banana boat. And she's like, okay, just go do the banana boat shit. And
dude, you never see those anymore. That was a thing back in the day.
Those are cool. I mean, that would be a fun thing to do. You sit on this banana.
Do you
and
ever
the boat
see those
tows you.
anymore?
Not where I go. I mean, I live in Irvine. There's not a lot of banana boats over here, but is it possible
you
that there's
ever go to the water? Never mind. Wrong brother.
off the coast of Bakersfield? So they're doing that shit, and of course that triggers the great white attack. Because I guess we're supposed to think that it is actively targeting the family, right? It's like
Yes.
Michael. At one point, they're like Michael almost like it goes by one of the dudes, goes by Melvin Van Peebles or Mario, and attacks
Who's Melvin?
his father, who's actually in this
Oh.
movie,
Oh.
and tries to attack Michael. So they're like, why did it go out? Why? I'm trying to do a horrible Jamaican accent. I'm going to bail on that. Why did it not attack Mario? Why is it only going after Michael? No, because it's personal. This time it's personal.
Because this time it's personal. That's right.
So the shark is after the banana boat, which goes right up behind it. And it's that same thing. We see this multiple times in this movie where somebody literally just jumps into the shark's mouth. Ah, in I go. Goodbye. Such is life. So, and it was a nameless face. It was like somebody just who happened to be on the banana boat. Nobody we know, nobody we care about. That was death number 2.
But it was still personal.
It was. I was trying to eat the little girl, but this woman jumped in my mouth. So I gotta eat it at that stage of the game. Good Lord.
Womp.
Let's talk about the thrilling conclusion, Aaron. Where
Oh,
what happens?
Jesus Christ. Once Crazy Mom realizes that there's a shark, she just jumps on a boat and drives off in the middle of the ocean. Where is she going? No, I don't know.
For what purpose?
No one told her where the shark was.
In the ocean.
She just leaves. It's in the ocean somewhere.
Somewhere in the
And
ocean.
takes off without telling anybody. So Michael Keaton has to crash his plane so they can
Michael
all
Keaton.
climb aboard. Michael Keaton. If only it was Michael Keaton.
Well, there's Michael
Anyway,
Caine. There's the character Michael, who's her
Caine.
son.
Thank you.
So,
One of the Michaels in Hollywood
and Michael Keaton helps with
basically
his hand.
crashed the plane and then swim where the shark is to the boat. Nice.
Correct. Now, Mario Van Peebles, the Bahamian friend, comes up with a plan where it's like there's something like if you take a big flashlight and throw it in the shark's mouth, then you can hit a remote control button and it shocks the shark or does some shit.
They
to the
find
shark.
it irritating when there's a big metal ball.
Correct.
But in the end, that's not what kills it. She
No.
stabs it with the stick in front of the boat,
Okay,
causing the fucking flashlight to blow up.
we got to spend some time on this because this is the most ridiculous shit. Mario Van Peebles jumps in the shark's mouth after throwing the fucking flashlight in there.
And it does not kill him, even though he's bitten, blood is pouring out, and he's driven down to the center of the earth with the shark.
Correct.
With blood flowing out.
And
To
later,
no
the
ill
shark,
effect.
the shark comes out of the water multiple times, and you don't see Mario peeking out of his mouth or anything, assuming, right? Presumably,
He's hanging on to his tongue, and he's just going to pop out in
his
the end.
uvula, right?
His
100%.
uvula.
He's
just
hanging on.
like a punching bag out there.
So when the older brother, Michael, hits the button, there's like a zzz sound, and the shark comes out of the water and literally roars like a Tyrannosaurus or some shit.
Like Godzilla.
Multiple times. So they keep doing that. They keep shocking her. And like you said, the schooner comes in and impales the shark, at which point it literally explodes. I don't
We
know.
don't know what is exploding exactly. The flashlight? Was there gas built up and somebody flicked a cigarette in its mouth? I mean, that made no fucking sense. No effing sense in the whole wide world.
I was laughing because I've been reading Roger Ebert. He wrote this book called I Hate This Movie. And he talks about Jaws the Revenge in it. And among his many complaints are also the fact that Lorraine Gary constantly has flashbacks for scenes that she wasn't present in. Where it's like, because there's a flashback to Roy Scheider from the first movie where he's like trying to shoot the
And
barrel.
she was not there, but now
Not
she's
there.
psychic.
Yes.
But now she's psychic.
If you accept that she's psychic, then it all makes sense. I guess at that stage of the game. Sweet Jesus. Anyway. Oh, and Melvin Van Peebles swims to the surface. I'm back. I'm okay. I was okay all
Hey
along.
guys. Now we can hear people yelling from across the ocean. I'll tell you, when I was caught in a riptide and I was like, Mom, and I'm moving down the coast, nobody looked up.
Jaws could have
But
scooped
during
you
the
up.
movies, yes, I hear you.
I hear you. The end. Credits roll.
Yeah.
This movie is the worst. It is the worst. For a number of reasons. I'm not going to give my review yet. But it's like Jaws 3D, like I said, it's a hoot. There's a lot of ridiculous stuff happens, but it's a lot. So there's constantly ridiculousness. This is weird shit.
Nothing happens. Nobody dies. It's like watching an Argento film, but nobody dies.
Right.
What's the point?
Let me show you the romance between Lorraine Gary and Michael Caine. For 45
That's really
minutes
what the
of
movie is about.
Yes.
Her revenge.
And like we said earlier, it's like she has the psychic premonition for the beginning of the movie. And then when things are going okay with Michael Caine, she doesn't give a good goddamn. And kids can all be swimming in the ocean at that point.
Oh my
right?
God, Kevin, what if the revenge is not the shark? What if it's her revenge?
It's her revenge.
Now it makes perfect sense.
You know what? Perhaps I need to give this movie a second look.
That's
What do you
right. Go
think?
watch it again. Now keep that in mind.
Well,
She's able to get her revenge
Correct.
and get her ass tapped. So there you go.
right.
By Michael Caine.
And by Michael Caine, 100%. Who, this is behind the scenes. He missed his Oscar for Hannah and Her Sisters because they were filming this movie. He could not accept his Oscar for his one and only Oscar, I might add.
Oh.
Or did he get no? He got one for Cider House Rules, but that was much later.
Never saw it. But
Remember,
yeah, because he's a professional. He couldn't have flown out to the coast for like a couple of hours.
They said they didn't have time. They were behind because basically they were on a whirlwind to get this stuff done by July, so they did
Poor
not have
Michael
time.
Caine.
And as
Bless
you
him.
know, he doesn't. He has some thoughts about it, and we're going to talk about it. Any
All
other
right.
thoughts about this before we go behind the scenes?
Nothing that needs to be shared.
Well, let's check this out. Behind the scenes. Michael Caine said, won an Oscar, built a house, and had a great holiday. Not bad for a flop movie. There you go. He also said something along the lines of, I never saw it, but I do enjoy the house that it bought for me.
Good for you,
stuff.
bro.
Some of these are kind of sad. The young actress who played Thea.
Oh, I was going to share that.
Did you hear about this? Go for it. I'll let you do it.
At 10, she was murdered by her father, who also killed her mother. There had been social workers. There have been multiple attempts to people complaining that this dad was unstable, and over. Mom said she was going to leave because he's so
awful.
unstable. It was awful. It's the curse of the Hollywood child. Because I looked her up. I'm like, she looks so familiar. And then all of a sudden it was like horror.
Right. It's awful. There was a crucial subplot involving, I forgot, Michael Caine's character's name was Hoagie. So there was a subplot that involved Hoagie smuggling drugs onto the island. And then they just deleted it. They said, we don't need that shit.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. His character is like some derelict old dude who is short on cash and is running drugs or running guns. Makes sense.
Michael Caine accepted this role after seeing only the first line of the script, which was "Fade in Hawaii."
He was like, I can get behind that.
Dennis Quaid was asked to reprise the character of Mike Brody, but declined. So very.
What
sad.
year was Big Easy? I think he rolled right on over into that. That was maybe
Right.
that was the 90s.
Well, you got to remember, Jaws 3D. He was still kind of an unknown when he did like
Right.
Dreamscape. He was still not an unknown, but he wasn't like a star. By the late 80s, he was kind of a star now. So he didn't have
Yeah.
to do Jaws.
Well, except
frickin'
bare his
4.
ass. That was always in the script.
100%. That's very important. Let's see. The film, compared to its predecessors, which were box office successes, underperformed and only made $51.9 million off its $23 million budget.
Because they didn't have direct-to-video at this time, I don't think.
They did not.
If otherwise, they would have been soaking it up.
The much ridiculed plot was so poorly received that stand-up comedians dedicated their entire acts to spoofing this movie after it came out.
Sounds
So that-
good.
That basically led Universal to abandon any future plans for this movies.
I love how they just abandoned it. We can make it good. Nah, let's just give up.
Bruce the Rubber Shark
Doesn't
was
affect Marvel in any way whatsoever, I say.
It's starting to. If you watch these movies, it's a sad situation. Bruce the Rubber Shark was nominated for a Golden Raspberry Award for Worst Actor in this movie. Thus,
I mean, it was better than most of the time, I have to say. It seemed to be working more.
He was the first animal nominated for one since Jaws 3D's Shrieking Dolphin, Cindy and Sandy. Do you remember Cindy and Sandy? Oh, sweet. Allegedly cost between 23 and 30 million. One of the most expensive movies of 1987.
Jeez Louise.
I think that's about it. I think they talked about how Mario Van Peebles basically wrote all his own dialogue.
Did he request the accent? Is that how that works?
Let's talk about the cast and crew, shall we?
Yes.
Jaws the Revenge was directed by Joseph Sargent. This was actually his last movie directed, as you might imagine. Known for Jaws the Revenge, The Taking of Pelham 1, 2, 3, which is an excellent movie if you haven't seen it.
I was like, that's a real movie.
Colossus, The Forbin Project, I'm unfamiliar, from 1970.
Unfamiliar.
And something called Nightmares in 1983, also unfamiliar.
That's an interesting collection of work.
Tis. Let's see. Lorraine Gary played Ellen Brody. You know her from Jaws the Revenge, Jaws, Jaws 2, 1941, and 1979. So all Spielberg things. Remember.
Yeah. So basically, she didn't really give a. She worked if she thought it'd be fun. She's like, Michael Caine, sign me up. We get to make out? Sign me up.
Do you know what? Do you know what Jaws is called in France?
I'm trying to think of what the word jaw means in French. Jumbo or something? What?
Yes, it's Jumbo. No, I'm going to butcher the French, but it is Les Dents de la Mer.
Oh.
What do you think that means?
The dance of water?
The teeth of the sea.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, Lance Guest.
I thought you said dance.
No, I'm speaking French.
D-A-N-S-E. Yeah.
D-E-N-T-S.
Oh, yeah, the teeth of the sea. Cut.
Lance Guest played Michael Brody, and we've actually done 2, or at least one movie that has Lance Guest in it.
Is he related to Christopher Guest?
Not. Shockingly enough. Unrelated.
Boo.
He was in The Last Starfighter in 1984 as the Last Starfighter. He was in Jaws the Revenge. He was in Halloween 2, which we have not reviewed.
Shocking.
He hilariously knocks himself unconscious, slipping in a pool of blood. So you have to check that out. And there was a TV miniseries called Favorite Son, which I'm unfamiliar with, from 1988.
Unfamiliar.
Mario
I
Van
had
Peebles.
TV in 1988.
That's impossible. Mario Van Peebles played Jake, the Bahamian scientist. You know him from such things as Badasses in 2003.
Oh dear. Is that Skinamax or what is that?
Could be. Heartbreak Ridge with Clint Eastwood in 1986.
Yeah.
Jaws the Revenge in 1987. Panther, about Stokely Carmichael in 1995. He was also like New Jack City. He's been in 10,000 things.
I just have to mention one more thing about the movie.
Please.
they're there to study snails, but somehow they're
Abalone.
also whatever. Those were not abalone they
You-
were picking up on the floor.
You're right. My bad. They were not abalone. But go
No.
ahead. Yes, they're there to study snails.
And yet that made them shark experts. So continue on.
Michael Caine played Hoagie. You know him from such things as something called Youth in 2015.
That's
the dark.
his top thing that the
That's the
interweb
number
told
one
us?
thing. I'm unfamiliar with it. The Dark Knight in 2008.
Yeah.
The Prestige in 2006, which we have done on this show. And The Cider House Rules in 1999, Best Supporting Actor.
Didn't see it, didn't read it.
Where he talked to, we used to joke about it all the time, that in his acceptance speech, he'd say to Michael Clark Duncan, "I don't even know who you are." Anyway, very sad. Let's look at the rating, shall we? Jaws the Revenge on Rotten Tomatoes currently has 2% rotten. 2%. I don't think we've ever gotten that low. Sweet
Good
Jesus.
Lord. That's less than Cannibal Holocaust. Come on.
I know that might be a bit overkill. Let's look at the top critics here. We've got Gene Siskel of the Chicago Tribune.
I'm sorry. Are you not going to have me guess what the people say?
Oh, 100%. Sorry, I'm jumping the gun here. What do you think the audience gave it?
They gave it a 4.
15%.
Whoa.
Still not great.
Still not great.
Gene Siskel of the Chicago Tribune had this to say. Let's put it this way. When you see and hear the nasal Lorraine Gary on screen, you want the shark to eat her.
That's mean.
That
There's
was
lots
mean,
of reason
Gene.
why she should die other than her voice.
Roger Ebert of the Chicago Sun-Times says, the shark models have so little movement that at times they seem to be supporting themselves on boats instead of attacking them.
They're taking a rest. They're waiting for you to crawl into their mouths.
Up until the ludicrous final sequence of the movie, the scariest creature in the film is an eel. 0 out of 4. Good Lord. Let's take a look at our in-house movie critic.
Let's go.
Stepford Rex Reed. What have you got to say about this? Jaws the Revenge is less a movie and more a soggy soap opera where a psychic widow battles a vengeful shark with better timing than the script, proving once and for all that even great whites have career lows. Sweet Jesus. What is your
that's so
rating,
beautiful.
Aaron?
Oh, my rating is this is a 2 out of 5. You don't need to see it. Skip it.
Fair. I might even go lower. I'm going to give 1.5 out of 5. Not because it's bad, but it's boring.
Yeah.
Its greatest sin is it's boring. Not a whole hell of a lot happens. You wish there were more crazy
that
scenes.
is a sin.
It's a sin.
It's a sin. Na, 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 na.
So, yes, definitely skip it. I would say watch Jaws 3D if you want craziness. And, of course, watch the original Jaws if you want just a classic. But skip Jaws the Revenge. Any last thoughts, Aaron?
No.
Okay.
I'm already erasing it from my freaking memory. Scrubbing it. Scrubbing it.
So, thank you very much. You can go see us all across social media. We're on TikTok, we're on Instagram, we're on Threads, we're on Blue Sky. You might be watching us on YouTube from time to time, for goodness sake.
Maybe.
Unclear. Maybe.
That is unclear.
You can email us, the podcast that wouldn't die at
Gmail.
We are on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, anywhere the finer podcasts are available. So don't forget to like, share, rate, and review. Won't you?
Won't you please?
Aaron, what is your social media situation?
Oh, I'm waiting for them to get rid of TikTok because I have no self-control. Donald Trump, come on, let's go. Do one thing. Do one thing right. Get
We
rid
do
of
not say his
TikTok.
name.
It's a crackhead. The one whose name cannot be mentioned. I control the TikTok for the podcast. I am on the Instagram. I am the cult of Aaron. Join the cult. And I have art on, you see my art there, and you can see my art on First Dibs and Artsy Aaron Doherty. Instant Dreams Gallery.
Beautiful. As you know, we like to include our friends and family's comments across the social media landscape. Aaron, what do we got?
We got a lot of shit about Airplane 1975.
Nice.
People are in their feels about it. Let's see. How do I start here? I think the comment was this invented the parody, and someone, Noel, says, well, actually, there would be. The primary influence on Airplane 1980 with Arthur Haley's 1956 Flight into Danger, which by 1971 had been adapted into 4 different television plays, 2 feature films, 1 TV movie, and 1 radio drama. That's a lot.
It's also 0
Footman 197311. Damn great movie. Because I still have the original Airport Terminal pack on DVD with all 4 airport movies.
Oh no.
Tello CVOVIM. Oh my God, no wonder they wanted to do a parody. I mean, it is a parody.
It is.
JC Call Me Bubbles. This is why Airplane was so funny.
Absolutely.
People in their feels.
I can't say as I blame them.
Yeah.
Next week, we're discussing the horror classic, The Stepfather from 1987, starring Terry O'Quinn, who you might remember if you ever watched Lost.
I did not. But I have seen him in some other shit. And I had never seen this movie before.
I had seen it once before. I think it was on Joe Bob not long ago. But I actually saw, not the whole thing, but I remember seeing Stepfather 2 before I ever saw the original Stepfather.
Is it the same dude?
Terry O'Quinn's in both of them. He didn't come back for Stepfather 3, though. I'm sad to say.
How did he come back for Stepfather 2 when he'd been shot? He had a knife in his heart and was shot 5 times.
Unclear.
So,
spoiler alert, by the way. How do you watch The Stepfather? These are important questions. You can watch it for free on Amazon Prime Video. You can watch it on Fubo, Roku, Hoopla, Fandango, Canopy, Fandor, Pluto. The list goes. Basically anywhere you want to see it, you can.
Do you know Pluto now? It has a paid service. It used to be free, but now Pluto is trying to squeeze some money out of you.
I always say I never use Pluto because the interface is impossible. If I'm trying to search for something, it's constantly clicking on whatever random show they're showing, and it pisses me off.
Agreed. So why would you want to pay for that level of nonsense?
So check that out. Send in any favorite scenes, favorite quotes, comments, and questions, and we may talk about it on the show. So thank you.
We will. If you send it, we will.
We will. So thank you very much, and be well.
Be well, kids.